Hey guys, this is LMAOnade. I'll be casting my second game of the day. Second of many more, I hope. What time is it? 4:45. Okay, cool. But this is another match between... sorry, that was my email going off. That was a Murloc sound for those who have played WoW. But anyway, and this is game 2 between San, our Korean player, spawning at the top left corner of Ohana as the red Protoss. And in the bottom right corner, we have MarineKing spawning as the blue Terran. So this is a map I'm not too familiar with, but if we take a look here, there's quite a long distance between the bases here. And a one wrap. Looks like that second base is a little bit difficult to hold. Not difficult to hold, but we do have a large ramp here that you do need to be aware of if you wanted to start off with that second base, and the destructible rocks for both players here. So not the safest second base, but I've seen worse. It really is going to come down. It doesn't look like there's going to be an early expand here by San. This could be a single base opener. The only thing that I would consider if I wanted to early expand is the distance between these guys, because it is quite far on this map, and I'm pretty sure there are only 2 spawning locations, so he knows exactly where his opponent is. We do have San heading over to scan, maybe put down a pylon. No, he's going to be scanning, seeing what's going on, his opponent's doing, throwing down that early gateway. At the same time, we have MarineKing throwing down a barracks. This is game 2, I believe, of an IPL match between these two guys. I just casted the first game on daybreak, I believe, and MarineKing just kind of overwhelmed his opponent. San needed to expand earlier, I believe, and he did not, electing to go for Dark Templar, which did not pan out for him. I think he got 2 on the map before he was shot down. But we do have San coming into the base, MarineKing's base, just to see what's going on, and he will see an early refinery just poking around, sees a barracks building, a marine, another supply depot going down, nothing too out of the ordinary. He does have that early gas, and I don't think he saw that orbital command go down. He did not. It's early orbital command for our Terran player as well, and that marine's going to pop out, deny that probe any more information. Get out of here. Get out of here. For San, we do have our Protoss player pumping out a Zealot. Kind of the same almost the same build from both of these players from the last game. San likes to do what I do as Protoss and go for that early warp gate. He does have the gas to throw down that upgrade as soon as the cybernetics core is complete. But we do have this marine just chasing this probe around, seeing anything he can find out about it, and maybe he'll just chill. Nah, just going to be looking around there. Another reactor after the first marine again by MarineKing. So pretty consistent build here for him, and this probe's going to walk up here and get a fistful of marine in a couple seconds. I don't think that probe's going to escape, to be honest. And another probe here watching this tower, make sure nothing's coming in. A Zealot out for San, warp gate starting as well. So pretty standard opening considering from the last game. For both of these players. I just got a strange Facebook message from someone who likes to argue with me on my Facebook. I should probably just put my phone over here and get back to that later. 2 gateways going down for San. It looks like he's going to be timing up with that warp gate, maybe doing some kind of push here, timing push. When that completes, warping in a few guys at pylons outside of his base and trying to come in. That's what I would do. But another expansion going down for San as well, so it looks like he learned his lesson from last game and is going to early expand, but MarineKing is going to keep up with an expansion of his own. So we'll see if he is. Doesn't look like he's going for that timing attack. I was kind of hoping he would. I would have seemed real smart, wouldn't I have? Another refinery going down for our Terran player. He could be teching up too. There's the factory. Maybe he'll get some tanks like last game, or maybe some medivacs. I was surprised to not see any medivacs last game from MarineKing to support that mass marine attack. But we do have the gateways going down, or the warp gates going down here for San, and a robotics facility, maybe getting an observer on the field. I would hope so. That's what he did last game, and we're being pretty consistent here. So no aggression here from either player. You're just going to be warping in some defensive units, couple sentries, couple zealots. There's a stalker on the map. I know there is. Where is that stalker? Where are you? Oh, maybe he's in the back looking out for some drops, or maybe way up here by the Zeldaka Tower, making sure nothing's coming in. Excellent concave, already prepared for anything that pops up this ramp here by MarineKing. Wow, look at that. That's not bad. And if we take a look at the income tab, we do have MarineKing slightly outmining his opponent. Ooh, Hellions. Looks like they're coming out for... No, that reactor's probably just for the starport. We're going to see some medevac, maybe some drops from Marine King here. Back at the production tab, robotics bay going down. So maybe some Colossus coming out for our Protoss player. Pretty excited about that. I love Colossus. I think it's a little bit harder to use High Templar, but and they may actually be a better fit against this composition. But he doesn't exactly know what Marine King's building. But a pylon does go down here near his base, so he could be, when he does attack, warping in a bunch of units here and trying to get as many units up in the front as he can. And combat shield going down for our Terran player. No, neither player has upgrades yet. I don't even see an engineering bay. Is there even a forge out for San? So neither buildings are even constructed for upgrades 8 minutes into the game. I would hope to see some upgrades soon, as the earlier the upgrades, I feel the better you are off. But someone please correct me. I am not the best StarCraft player. I just love to watch it. So we do have the infamous factory scan coming in here with the army, maybe looking to distract some bullets. And he's going to hopefully retreat this probe before it's too late. Oh, it's a zealot. Whoops. He's going to bring that zealot back. I do not think, again, San is just going to be outmassed here unless he can warp in a couple more units. Maybe forge, just get some cannons up here. But if he can stay at the top of the ramp, he might be able to do some damage here. There are 2 medevacs in. Oh, no concussive shell from the Marauders yet, so these Zealots aren't going to be slowed down too much. But if he's not careful, he's going to lose a few here. The stim going down, taking out these Zealots really quickly. But this Colossus is going to do quite a bit of damage, especially from the meat shield of the Stalkers, and they're just going to have to pick up their units and get out of here. Good force fields by San, and he's just going to pick off this factory. Pick off the factory. Come on, get some tickle beams on there. Nope, just going to let that factory roam around. Good deflection early on by San. Let's take a look and see. There's concussive shell finishing up. Another Colossus on the way by San. And a drop coming in the main base here. Might be able to pick off some Stalkers, but again, this Colossus is just going to roast some units down. Loses a few Stalkers, lifts up, going to try to get out of here. These Stalkers, I don't think I'll be able to pick them up, but he does leave a Marine stranded. He'll stim and see what he can find. I don't think he's going to get any new information here. Another gateway. Maybe he'll pick off a probe. Does get a probe, but these Stalkers should be able to clean up this Marine fairly quickly. This Colossus could do some damage here, but doesn't want to. That Stalker's going to take out this Marine. Ba-boom. There it goes. And we do have an observer on the field for San. Does see a couple Marines at the Zelnaga. This pylon is still untouched. Warping in a Zealot at the base. Maybe get some scanning in of his own. No one at that base there. That's a good sign. And we do have a factory just kind of floating around here. Maybe he'll go do a suicide scan at some point. But as for now, just going to be floating around. Not a bad spot for it, I suppose. And just more Marauders, more Marines. Looks like he's going to be moving out with 2 Vikings to take out some Colossus. And our Protoss player feeling brave enough to move out on his own as well. Bringing these Marines back to join the main army. He's going to spot that observer, loses it. And it looks like he's going to be able to take out this factory. He will not without any Stalkers here. I should probably be using this to move the camera around. Sorry to jerk it all around, guys. Going to lose this Zealot. Yes, he will. And maybe he'll be going for a 3rd base here. I don't think it's the smartest time. I want him to move out with these Colossus. It's going to be enough to take out this army. Because that Viking count is getting a little bit higher to deal with. He needs a few more Stalkers on the map, I believe. A couple good force fields, and then to just nuke down those Vikings as best he can. Our Terran player needs to get those Colossus down as fast as he can, as that is the biggest thing to worry about. His factory's going to come in here, but these Stalkers are going to lay the pain on it. Still no upgrades. 1 weapons finishing up for our Terran player, but nothing for Protoss yet. And we now have 6 Vikings on the field. He's going to feel brave enough to move out here, do some damage to these 3 Colossi. And he's going to march up the ramp here, but these Vikings are pretty far out of position, but did get a Colossus kill after losing half of the Vikings. So 2 Colossi still on the field are still going to be able to do quite a bit of damage to this MMM ball. If he can get some of these Vikings down, we do have a big engagement of force field going down. These Stalkers are going to have to micro back, but another group of Terran just sneaking up here to try to take out this Colossi. Colossi goes down, but the Terran players just overwhelmed. Stalkers blinking in to clean up the rest of this army. He might be able to take out a couple of medevacs too before they get home. Maybe a Viking as well. Yes, and a blink forward takes them all out. And it looks like he's going to be marching forward, knowing his opponent does not have much to deal with this army right now. Factory just kind of floating up there, burning at the north. He could warp in a couple more units at this pylon and push forward, but he will not, electing to go back. Kind of confused about that decision there. He did have enough to do some damage here to this army, but he'll elect to just take out the factory, maybe go for an expansion here at the third and just try to get further ahead. That's exactly what he's going to be doing. Another Colossi coming out for, another Colossus rather, coming out for Sam. We do have another 2 forges coming out. Where are those forges? At the natural here, taking out the rocks to get access to this third base, so we can catch up on the upgrade count because he's getting that +1 armor. He already has +1 weapons. Our Marine King does, and Marine King is going to be expanding to his third base as well. So both players staying really consistent with their expansions. The only advantage that our Terran player has is that 1 upgrade and another random pylon, just to stay near his base as best he can for our players. Take a look at the income tab. We have our Terran player just much more income. Those mules, he's probably got 3 mules on the field, makes a big difference. Back to the production tab, we'll take a look. Looks like we could have an engagement here at Archon on the map for our player. Does he have a Dark Templar? You got Templar Archives down, so he might be getting some High Templar. Does he have any in the mix right now? The units tab, he does not. Just an Archon to just kind of absorb some damage, but both players just kind of dancing around each other, just not really sure what they want to do. The Terran player might be engage here with the Protoss player. And just waltzing up here, maybe he'll take over a forge. Oh my gosh, and he's going to fall way behind in his upgrades now. Protoss player moving in to try to take out as much as he can, separates a little bit of the Terran army, but he's going to lose a Colossus. Oh my gosh, big blow by Protoss, out of position. He's going to try to bring 2 Zealots here into the base, but not going to be able to do much. I apologize. Wow, nice poke to do quite a bit of damage. Double forge, he's going to fall really behind in that upgrade count, electing to move 2 more gateways. No forges in production for our Protoss player. He needs to get on that upgrade count to catch up, but it looks like he's going to be moving out as he knows he's going to be way behind in the upgrade count. He might have enough to push through though. Ark got a little bit out of position here, might have lost him, but he's just rallying. Ooh, 2 more Archons moving up. He's going to have a 3 Archon army, might be able to do quite a bit of splash damage to this army here as well. If he can get a couple good force fields down, he might be able to do quite a bit of damage, but I don't think he's got the Colossi count to push through this, especially down on the upgrades. He's gonna meet with his opponent in the middle of the map with these medevacs just keep healing up. Colossi gonna go down. Stalkers and Archons, that's all he has. A couple Zealots are gonna go down here as he's separating the army to mitigate the splash damage. Wow, not a bad move, and it looks like Marine King is just gonna clean up, being chased around by these Archons here. He's gonna join everything in the middle, but these Archons are gonna go down. These upgrades are too much to deal with, and you'll just see San's army just evaporating. Marine King really pulling ahead on this game. He's going to need to warp in a couple High Templars, get Storm, I believe. It looks like he's not even going to elect for Storm, just get more Archons on the map, more Colossi on the map. Lots of gas-intensive units. You can see his gas production, or his gas is low, and he's being outmined by his opponent at the same time. So, San is in a really tough spot. Marine King just got too much stuff. His upgrades just staying. Now he's just finishing up 2-2, so the upgrade differential has increased again. We still have no forges out. Is that two more gateways coming out for our Protoss player, and it looks like Marine King is just going to move in. It looks like he's going to try to seal the game here. 3-3 started as well for Marine King, and he knows he's got the upgrade advantage after those forges. And he's going to move forward and just try to beat the hell out of San's army, but with all of his units grouped together, he's taking quite a bit of damage here, actually. I can't believe he's actually getting hurt so much, and San's able to push him back, even when being 2 upgrades behind. Very interesting. I did not expect this to happen. He's still going to move forward. It does take out a Colossus, so while he will take out this entire army. Oh my gosh, he reinforced with more, and the Stalkers are forced to retreat. They're trying to bring these Zealots here. He does have charge upgraded and will try to push him back again. But good microing by Marine King, and he's still just, the units are flooding in. I don't think San's going to be able to keep up here, morphing in 2 more Archons to try to push back this army. But he's going to wait for his reinforcements to arrive. I can't believe San was able to push that back. 3-3, a little bit less than halfway done, and San still has no upgrades to account for. I can't see how he can climb back into this game being so far behind in the upgrade count, but he's gonna march onto the field and meet his opponent. No, he retreats, and we just have so much workers. It looks like Marine King's going all in, bringing all the SCVs to the front. This is the last stand for San, and he's gonna march all of his units forward. Archons, good force fields, keeping these units from retreating, and these Archons are gonna be able to splash damage a lot of them down. But there's just so much stuff here. Most of it's actually workers. If San can engage this to the right angle, he might be able to take out quite a bit of his army here. Got to keep that Colossi alive, as you can see. Marine King definitely targeting that Colossi. But 5 sentries, maybe a couple more good force fields could down this whole army. The Stalker's doing quite a bit of damage. All the meat shields are down in terms of the Archons. But Marine King just with too much stuff. Too many upgrades, just continually bringing in more and more guys, bringing the mules in as kind of a big FU at the end here. And it doesn't look our Protoss player, San, is going to be able to defend this, and GG's out of the game. Marine King wins the series 2-0. Awesome. Awesome game. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I don't know what they're saying here, but good luck, question marks, you know, crazy Korean language. I don't know. I'm an American. But thanks for tuning in, guys. That was a pretty awesome game. Really impressive how Marine King can just keep macroing like crazy, bringing in guys and able to just use them at the front for like 10 straight minutes. Really fun game to catch. Thanks for tuning in. This was LMAOnade. You guys can find me on Twitter, LMAOStarcraft, or on Facebook, on YouTube as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the game, and I'll see you guys next time.